Yeah.
Welcome, Trupti.
Hi, thank you. Welcome, Vinodji. Sorry, I got delayed.
Yeah, not a problem. She informed me earlier that you had some things to do.
Yeah.
So she was giving a right answer that, for the sake of one family member can be sacrificed.
That
For
means
the
for a
sake of one, sorry?
small purpose, for the larger purpose, a smaller can be put onto.
Absolutely. Yes. When the goal is higher, then sometimes, in the situation is such that we can, at a lower level, we can do something which may not be acceptable morally, legally, socially. So there is no harm doing that. And that was the reason Krishna told Arjuna to fight. Right? He did not tell Arjuna to fight just to get his kingdom back from the Kauravas. That was a very petty reason. Yes. You want to say something?
It was for Dharam Sthapna. Arjuna was a, let's say, working tool for Krishna for balancing out the dharma.
Correct. Yes, so Krishna told Arjuna that if you just fight for getting your kingdom back, then your act of this for war would be sinful. You're killing so many people just to only get your kingdom back. But the objective is higher. Krishna said, I want to establish an emperor because Krishna is the supreme person. He creates so many planets, so many universes. And in each planet, one ruler is appointed. So, on the Earth planet also, one ruler was appointed as an emperor who would be in charge of all the kings. Different kings would take care of different parts of the earth, but there would be one emperor in charge of all the kings. So Krishna wanted Maharaj Yudhishthira to be the emperor. So he told Arjuna that if you won't fight, then Duryodhana would become the emperor. So Duryodhana was such a person in whose presence, not only his presence, on whose instructions a queen of a different kingdom, Draupadi, was ordered to be disrobed. So if a queen can be insulted like that, then how can a common woman's respect can be saved? Right? So that's why Krishna did not want Duryodhana to be the emperor. So he told Arjuna to fight for the higher cause, not only just to get the kingdom back. Correct? So here, coming back to that part, so Vidura's that mistake caused this problem that Duryodhana also was appointed as the crown prince. And because of that mistake, later on, they had to divide the kingdom. So Khandopras was given to Pandavas and Hastinapur was given to Duryodhana. Correct? So coming back to this part, we were discussing about these 5 subject matters of Bhagavad Gita. Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala and Karma. Now there are some other elements also which I want to discuss today. I give you a hint. 3 gunas. What are these 3 gunas?
Sattva, Rajas and Tamas.
Correct, right? Now we are controlled by these 3 gunas. And we are so foolish that we think that we are the controllers. Right? Sattva guna, Rajoguna and Tamoguna. They are the 3 gunas which control us. We think that we have so much freedom, but we don't have so much freedom. Our freedom also has some limitation. Right? We have freedom to eat. We can choose what we want to eat or what we need to eat. But we cannot control our digestive system. Right? Whether the food is digested properly or not, that is not in our control. Am I right?
Yes.
So our liberty also has some limitation. Freedom has some limitation. Beyond that, we cannot do anything. Our thinking also is controlled by the modes of nature. When we are influenced by a mode of goodness, then good thoughts will come in our mind. Will be very helpful to others, compassionate towards others, abide by the nature's law, will do our activities properly. And when we are influenced by rajas, so much of passion there. And in ignorance, then we do so many sinful activities out of ignorance. When we get carried away by our whims, our desires, our urges. Correct? So, in spite of having this kind of limitations, confinement, we still think that we are the controllers. And that is the biggest ignorance, biggest kind of example of ignorance. Now, why do we think that we are the controllers? What makes us think that?
Ego,
Anybody?
ego.
Why do we think that we are the controllers? Or why do we have that desire also to be the controller?
Due to our own ego, ignorance. We don't know anything. Ignorance hai. When there is no
Yeah.
vidya, तो फिर ऐसा ही होगा ना.
Correct. Now see what you said, Truptiji, that also is there, ignorance. But even though, there is no ignorance, if our that desire to control is not influenced by mode of ignorance, still the desire will be there to control.
वासना तो होगी ना. Tendencies are there.
Now, yes. So why do we have such tendencies?
We say because we identify with the body and we choose to acknowledge ourselves as the body.
Correct.
Not exactly. Because see, whatever tendencies, these kind of tendencies are, they come, they are in the Ishvara.
They are also prompted by Ishvara into us.
Yes, because we are part and parcel of Ishvara. So what tendencies Ishvara has, we also have. I'm talking about these kind of tendencies, not the tendencies or urges or desires to do sinful activities. So that controlling, the desire to control is coming from the Ishvara, because Ishvara is the supreme controller. Now that tendency, what we have to control, if we apply properly, when we are influenced by the mode of goodness, that same tendency of control we can apply to control our unnecessary desires. But because most of the time,
तरीके से use हो सकता है.
sorry, Trupti ji.
I said control भी positive तरीके से use हो सकता है.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Recently, I just want to share. I saw a video on Instagram of Tata,
Yes.
Ratan Tata ji का. There was somebody talking about actually Ratan Tata. बहुत ब्यूटीफुल है वो. छोटा सा ही वीडियो है, 30 सेकंड का या 40 सेकंड का वीडियो, जिसमें उन्होंने, ये लड़की ने कहा है कि the definition of alpha male has changed by working with Ratan Tata, because Ratan Tata, I mean, he's raised such a huge empire, है ना, with power and control and dominance and everything. But she has said that I saw for the first time a male that is kind, gentle, and uses dominance and control for the welfare of others. तो बहुत ही ब्यूटीफुल बात कही है कि डोमिनेंस और कंट्रोल भी दूसरे की भलाई के लिए इस्तेमाल हो सकता है, और रतन टाटा जी इसका सिंबल है. तो
ना केवल हो सकता है, बट होना चाहिए.
हाँ, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
Correct. So that tendency, if we use when we are influenced by mode of goodness, we'll apply that tendency in the right way. That energy flow in the right channel, in the right direction. So that same tendency we can use to control our temper, our vices. We call anarthas, right? But most of the time, unfortunately, we can say unfortunately, or because of the consequences of previous bad karma, most of the time we are influenced by mode of ignorance. So then we start applying these tendencies in the wrong direction with wrong people. We try to control people. We try to control their activities. And now see the ego, Yogi Radha mentioned about ego. Ego is so strong, though this controlling tendency, which is used in the wrong way, is a bad thing. But we should not feel bad about it. We should not feel that, we are applying in the wrong way. It's a bad thing. So to pacify ourselves, this controlling ability, we call it leadership quality. Right? So that we don't feel bad about it. Oh, I'm the leader. I have a right to do that. Now, as a leader also, if we lead people in the right direction, that's very good. Right direction, I mean to say, on the right spiritual path. That's the goal of the human life, right? To walk on the spiritual path and to reach at the higher destination. But how many leaders they do that? Because of their previous good karma, they are raised to that elevated position as a leader. But after attaining that position, their activities do not match with the actual leader. And that's the reason so many miseries are there in the world. Peace is lacking in the world. So because this basic knowledge is not given, that what a leader should do, what the head of the state should do, because of our deterioration of consciousness, pollution of consciousness, weakness of the mind, corrupted intelligence, because of all these bad things, we have lost the track. And because of that, our main focus is at a very shallow level, very low level, on economical development, financial gain. That's it. And people, they use that yardstick for success. How successful a man is, depending on how much wealth he has, how many properties he has, how many cars he has, right? But when the death comes, everything will be left behind. But that doesn't mean, our shastras are so practical. They tell us, that doesn't mean that we should stop working. We should stop protesting against the injustice. That's not what our shastras say. We need to play our role according to the time, place, and circumstances. Right? And if we are able to play role properly, then even if we don't qualify to become liberated after the end of this life, at least Krishna will provide another chance for us to move forward, right? Till we succeed. Like in one of the sessions, I gave this example, analogy. In Bollywood movies, if any actor plays any character in a movie and he plays that character very well, then other producers also will offer him the similar role in their movies, right? You fit in that character properly, so you just play a similar role in our next movie. So in the same way, if we are able to play our role as a proper human being, and even if we don't succeed in achieving the final goal of human life, Krishna will make arrangement for us to give another chance, to give us another chance. Again, in the human form of life, to progress, to advance spiritually. And perhaps, probably, hopefully, we can make the best use of that form of life in the next life and then can get liberated. Any question here? Or any comment?
Well explained, Prabhu. Well explained. Thank you.
Any comment, Mataji?
No, I think
Jagapavani Mataji, in comment.
it's quite clear.
Thank you. Yeah, so we move forward. So these three modes of nature, now in our scriptures, the material creation also is called as Durga. Durga means a fort or a prison house, right? And who is the superintendent of this prison house? Who is the superintendent of this prison house?
Mahadevi.
Yama hoga.
Sorry?
Must be the god of death, Yama.
No, he's not the superintendent. He's just to judge, based on the activities of the person, whether he should go to hell or heaven. The
So
superintendent of
Mahadevi?
this Durga is called Durga.
Durga, okay.
Durga.
Right.
Shakti.
Hmm.
Right? So, Shakti is in charge of this prison house, and she is holding a trident, Trishul.
Trishul.
So, this Trishul, epitome of three modes of nature: Sattva Guna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna. Correct? And her husband, Lord Shiva, also is holding a Trishul in his hand. Correct? Now, here I want to speak something about Lord Shiva also. We had a Shivaratri very recently. Who is Shiva? Many people, they Savaites, they treat him as a supreme person. But who is he actually? Anyone? Who is Lord Shiva? When we talk
Lord
about
of
the
destruction. Lord of destruction.
yes, we can say that he is in charge of destruction or dissolution of the annihilation of the whole creation. Now, Lord Shiva.
You can also say, Vinodji, that Shiva is the god of transformation.
Yes.
Because destruction, there is nothing like destruction. I mean,
Correct, absolutely.
from destruction, there is some transformation.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Better than destruction would be transformation.
Correct. That's the right thing to say. Yes. This is what we were discussing when we talk about the 5 subject matters of Bhagavad Gita. Purusha or Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, and Karma. So, Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, and Kala, they are eternal. Jiva Atma also is eternal. But because our conditioning is such, we take our body as a Jiva Atma. So, because body is left at the time of death and it is burnt, so we think that the body is destroyed. But actually, body is made of panchatatvas, 5 Mahabhutas. So these tattvas, these elements, they don't get destroyed. They are transformed. They change. The form is changed. But complete destruction is not possible. So whatever comes from the Ishvara, because Ishvara is eternal, so whatever comes from him, that thing also, or that substance, that element also is eternal. So you're right, Truptiji. Thank you. So yeah, destruction, it may not be the appropriate word. Is dissolution or transformation. So yes, Lord Shiva is responsible for that. Now, if you read Shrimad Bhagwatam and Vishnu Purana, even Padma Purana, so it is mentioned that when Karanadaksha Vishnu, he glances at the material energy, Shakti, his glance personified is Lord Shiva, original Shambhu. So that's the glance of Mahavishnu personified. That's Lord Shiva. And then in each universe, that Shambhu, his incarnation, his expansion, also comes in each universe in the form of Rudra or Lord Shiva. So there are so many universes, millions, billions, and trillions of universes. And each universe, there are millions, billions, and trillions of planets. So in each universe, there's Brahma, there is Lord Shiva, who is the expansion of Shambhu, and expansion of Karanadaksha Vishnu or Mahavishnu is Garbhadaksha Vishnu. Correct? So there is a Vishnu Tattva, then there is Jiva Tattva, then there is Shakti Tattva, that is the material energy, Durga. And Shiva Tattva also is considered as a Jiva Tattva. Brahma also dies. Brahma also has to leave his body. Lord Shiva doesn't die because he's a Shiva Tattva. He also can change his form as per his desire. Like Vishnu also incarnates according to his desire, as per his own will. So Lord Shiva also has that ability. He doesn't die like Lord Brahma. Because Lord Brahma also is like a Jiva Tattva, like us, ordinary Jiva. So like we die, Lord Brahma also dies. So there are 4 different aspects, like Vishnu Tattva, Shiva Tattva, and Shakti Tattva goes with Shiva Tattva, and Jiva Tattva. Correct? So in these tattvas also, Jiva Tattva is called marginal energy of Lord Vishnu or Krishna. Krishna's, there are 2 aspects of energy, para and apara, right? Superior and inferior. And Jiva Tattva is considered as the tatastha or marginal energy. It is up to us where we want to go. Whether we want to go to the realm of Parashakti, we can do that. And if we want to remain in the realm of Aparashakti, inferior energy, that also is up to us. Again, that kind of free will also has some limitation. The decision is influenced by the modes of nature. Correct? According to the mode of nature, what kind of mode of nature is influencing us, that kind of desire, that kind of inclination will come in our mind. And according to that, we can act. Now, mode of goodness is considered as a topmost. There is a cycle, mode of goodness, then mode of passion, then mode of ignorance. Again, after mode of ignorance is mode of goodness. There is a very thin line between mode of goodness and mode of ignorance. Like sometimes, some people we see that, people, they are not bothered to do any kind of activity. They just want to remain idle. They're not so active. They're not so motivated. So apparently, they may pretend to be, and then seemingly other people also may consider them that they are so content. They are so much in mode of goodness. They are so detached, right? That's why they don't bother to endeavor to do anything. People who are in mode of goodness, they also have similar behavior. They are also attached. People in mode of goodness also are detached. Sorry, not attached, detached. But the people who are in mode of goodness, their detachment is towards the result of their action, not the action itself. And people who are influenced by mode of ignorance, they become detached to the work itself. They become lazy, right? There's difference between being content and being lazy. People who are satisfied, who are content, they just do their activities, whatever they are supposed to do. They will play their role. They will not run away from their responsibility. They will not neglect their duties. Whatever the result comes, they will accept it. They will not make a fuss. But people who are in mode of ignorance, they will start being irresponsible. They won't want to act. Right? Sometimes, there's recently at some program in somebody's house, this discussion came up. This one of this previous, very initial sessions, we talked about it also, about anger. Anger is the outcome of mode of ignorance, influenced by mode of passion, right? So people who are in mode of goodness, like devotees, somebody said, godmen, people who worship in the temple, they do the chanting and all that. They said, somebody asked, how come such people also become angry? Such people should not get angry. I want to put forward this question. How many of you think that people who adopt the path of devotion, they start doing spiritual activities, they should not get angry?
No, I
They
think
should not get they should not get upset with anybody.
anger is a normal emotion.
Yes.
And anybody can get angry. I think kind of Mahatma Gandhi got angry, but I think the way they express it is very different. Like Gandhiji expressed his anger in a different way. He didn't start beating and hitting people. So I think expression is important, the emotion and the expression of it.
Yeah, see, one of the things what you said is right. Expression is important. But if you go deeper than that, the reason for anger, what causes anger?
Expectation.
Right? Most of us, because we are ordinary people, our anger sprouts when we feel personally hurt by someone's behavior or misbehavior, right? By somebody's some words or something like that.
Yeah,
So
we
it is
expect a
self-centered.
certain behavior and that expectation is not fulfilled. So we
Correct.
get angry, basically.
So that expectation also is limited to us.
Correct.
Our satisfaction, our emotional, mental, intellectual satisfaction. When that part is not fulfilled, we get upset, we get irritated, we get upset, we get angry. Right? But when we talk about, now you said you use the word normal people, right? So if we say we are in the normal people's category, then people who are on the spiritual path, they are in the category of abnormal people. Right? On a lighter note. But these are more elevated people. They don't get angry because of their personal feelings are hurt, because their personal expectations are not fulfilled. Right? They don't get angry for that. They don't care. They get angry. The reason, the objective behind their anger is the higher principle. Whether the norms in the society, they will be affected. The social values will be reduced. People get degraded. For that reason, to maintain the standard of social values in the society, if somebody is creating an obstacle in that kind of environment, then such people get angry. Right? Best example is Hanuman. Right? Hanuman was a very great devotee of Lord Ram. Right? But he got so angry with Ravana. It is said, in Ramayana, it is said when Hanuman was fighting with Ravana, and Hanuman when punched Ravana, Ravana flew few miles away. So when Ravana came back, Ravana admired Hanuman, told him, "You are a very strong man." So Hanuman told him, "What's the use of my strength? You are still alive. My punch could not kill you. So what's the use of that strength?" So my point I want to make, that Hanuman also got angry with Ravana, not because it was some personal reason, because Ravana did something very abominable, sinful activity, unexpected. Because Ravana was not an ordinary person; he was a great Brahmana, very knowledgeable. He used to chant mantras so nicely, right? So from Ravana's example also we can learn so many things. So many people, they can chant like a parrot, very nice mantras and all that. But that doesn't mean that they are great devotees. Veda parties cannot be great devotees, not necessarily. It's not they cannot, they can, but not necessarily. And devotees, on the other hand, if they may not be able to chant mantras properly, Krishna will accept their prayers. Right? So coming back to this part, so yes, the devotees also can get angry. Just to correct somebody's misbehavior, like parents, they get angry with their children, right? So they have the full right to get angry with the children. So when we see any mother or any father getting angry with the child, so that doesn't mean they're so cruel, they are so wicked. Actually, because they are concerned about the child character, so to rectify the child's mistake, they will get angry, and that's very normal. So many people, they have so many misconceptions in our society that God men should not get angry. They don't have any right to get angry. Once in Mumbai, Prabhupada was giving discourse. So many people were sitting there in the pandal. So one man, he came in the middle of the discourse. He started moving people on the side. He wanted to go and sit in the front. So Prabhupada from Vyasasan shouted, told him, hey, you sit there only. No need to come in front. So some of the organizers also, they got surprised. Later on, they asked Swamiji, how could you get angry like that? You know, you're a great devotee of Krishna. Prabhupada said, why not? Because of that one man, so many other people's attention was being disturbed. They could not focus on the glorification of Krishna, what I was sharing with them. So we could not risk for one person, so many people's attention is getting disturbed. So Prabhupada said, that audience, so many people, I got upset. I don't know that man, why should I get angry with him? He's not related to me. So we need to see the situation. Why these devotees, God men, people need to understand. Common people need to understand that, yes, they also can get angry. They have to come out from this, this bubble misconception that how, devotees get angry, they get upset, irritated. They are also human beings. As Trupti said, that these are natural, normal human emotions. Only the thing is that we need to see that what is the cause of this emotion? From where these emotions are being sprouted? What is the seed? What's the root cause of the emotion? If the root cause is personal grudge, personal feeling, hurtful feeling, if somebody is experiencing and because of that the person is getting angry, then that's not right. Again, here also, if it's for the higher reason, for the reason, broader reason, then it's acceptable and it's quite valid, it's justified, right? So we were talking about Vishnu Tattva, Shiva, Shakti, and Jiva Tattva. So Jivas, we are in the middle, marginal energy, Tatastha. So either we can go in the realm of Parashakti, superior Shakti, superior Prakriti of Krishna, or we remain in this inferior, under the influence of the inferior energy of Krishna. So it is up to us. So now how can we talk about the mode of goodness after that? So we can refine consciousness, sharpen our intelligence, we can stabilize our mind, we can be grounded emotionally as well, as long as we are influenced by mode of goodness. Again, not mode of ignorance, mode of goodness. Then we can differentiate what is appropriate for us and what is not, what we should do and what we should not. And to develop and maintain that mode of goodness, we need to associate with, if we associate with people who are in mode of passion or mode of ignorance, then their moods will affect us, influence us. In Mahabharata, Vyasadev, in the forward, it is mentioned in the Bhumika, he mentioned that there are so many characters I mentioned in Mahabharata. So people who read Mahabharata and with they are influenced by any character of Mahabharata, they will imbibe the qualities of that character. So if somebody likes character of Maharaj Yudhishthir, they will imbibe the qualities of Maharaj Yudhishthir. If somebody is influenced by qualities of Arjuna, he will imbibe those qualities. So whichever character, the qualities we are attracted to, those qualities can be imbibed in our consciousness. So association is very important. What kind of books we read, what kind of programs we watch. Nowadays, social media, so there are so many videos, they go viral. What kind of videos we watch. So those kind of things, they leave the impressions in our mind, in our subconscious mind. Now, fortunately, these kind of devices we have, we can delete the videos from our devices, but it becomes very, very difficult to delete from our subconscious mind. The provision is made which can help us to erase or to delete these kind of impressions from our subconscious mind by associating with the devotees, like feeding our subconscious mind with their conversation, with their words, their activities, and reading from the scriptures, having the darshan of the deities. Then those kind of imprints we will have in our subconscious mind, and these kind of things will help us to develop and maintain mode of goodness. And when we are able to succeed to do that, then our activities also will become like that. Many times, people, they say that sometimes people, they use harsh words. So people around them, especially the parents, they say, actually, my son or my daughter, they're good-hearted people. They're not bad. Only their tongue is bad. Only their speech is bad. Now, how many of you have heard that in your life?
Yes.
You can unmute yourself and share with others.
Yes. We have heard this.
Especially in Indian community, is very common. हाँ, ये व्यक्ति दिल का बुरा नहीं है, हाँ, इसकी जबान कड़वी है, like in Urdu they say. But जबान पे वही आएगा जो दिल में होगा, right?
True.
In the drainage tank, if there is so much of kind of garbage is there, when we open the tank cover, the bad smell will come. So we cannot say that only because we open, that's why there is a bad smell coming. Actually, because the reason is inside, no? The tank is filled with the filth. So that's why the smell is coming like that. Intolerable. So people, if they have this kind of imprints in their heart, so the situation only, is just like, uncovering that tank. So then only the bad things will come out from the mouth. Correct? So
True.
I will stop here, and I will open the platform for questions or in comments if somebody wants to add anything or any questions somebody has.
Cynthia, I think, wants to say something.
Yes.
Yes. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Cynthia. How are
Uh,
you?
Great. So I just joined the meeting in the middle. So I
Okay.
just listened regarding the feelings of angry. So I just want to add of what I have read recently about the when I read the story from the Shrimad Bhagavatam, it has mentioned that Shiva was very angry because his wife Sati died. And then
Yes.
and at that time, because it was my first time reading the story, and then I found Shiva when he get angry, he manifests another god to do some punishment. So that's why when I read, I was thinking that God is very personal. What we have in our emotion, God also, how to say, have the same emotion, but I want to know what's the difference between the two. Is it that God's expression of angry is for something higher good? I don't know.
Yes.
So that's the answer
Yes, very
question.
good point. Very good point. You raised a very valid question. Would anyone like to answer her question? From whatever we discussed, if based on your understanding, your realization, if somebody would like to comment on her question. Apparently, it looks like, like Lord Shiva also express emotions like an ordinary person, right?
Yeah.
Your question is like that, right? What's the difference?
Yes. What's the difference? Yeah.
Now, you said that you have read the whole incident, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Read the incident. Yeah.
Correct. Now, what was the reason that his wife jumped into that fire sacrifice arena and burnt herself?
Yeah.
Right? It was Lord Shiva got angry because of that, apparently like that. But actually, that was not the reason that Lord Shiva got upset because he lost his wife. Lord Shiva also is very detached person. He's a yogi. But he found out the reason why did his wife jump into the fire. Because his wife's father, that means Lord Shiva's father-in-law,
Yeah.
his name is Daksha. Daksha, he's one of the very highly elevated persons in the creation. Prajapati. That means he's one of the main creators also who helped Brahma, the main creator, to increase the progeny in the creation in the universe. So now his name is Daksha. Daksha means the person who is very alert, who is very mindful, who is very careful, who knows all the norms, social norms and spiritual norms. So such a person, Daksha, Shiva's father-in-law, he invited all the demigods
Yeah.
for the ceremony. And Lord Shiva is superior than the demigods. One of the names of Lord Shiva is Mahadev. Dev means demigod and Maha means great. So he is like much higher than all the demigods. So Lord Shiva's father-in-law invited all other demigods, but he did not invite his son-in-law. So because of that, Lord Shiva became very angry. That a person who is appointed by his father, Brahma, to that position, and he does not behave according to his position. So because of that, Lord Shiva got angry, not because he lost his wife.
Oh, that's why I have some confusion, because law should be, as a yogi, is very detached, but I don't. So that's why I asked this question, because it seems it's difficult to comprehend why
Yes,
he got angry. Yeah.
yes. So because he was, as you also just yourself said, you have read that Lord Shiva is a yogi. He's not so much attached because of the sensual pleasure to his wife. Does it answer your question, Cynthia?
Yeah, I will try to
Contemplate on that.
yeah, comprehend more on that, because I just read the story, and then I have still a lot to work on. Yeah,
Yes,
studying.
yes,
Yeah, thank you very much.
no problem. And see, if you read that story further, then that the demon who was created from Lord Shiva's one hair. Now see, Lord Shiva is a great yogi, right?
Yeah.
He could create a great demon who could go and kill so many people in that arena. Just from one hair, he can create such a great demon. If he wanted another wife, he could have created another wife for himself. So what? If one wife is gone, forget about her. I can create another beautiful wife for myself. So because it was not because of attachment towards his wife he got angry, it was because the mistake his father-in-law made, being at that position, he did not follow the norm, what he should have followed. Because to teach a lesson to that his father-in-law, Lord Shiva got angry. Not because he lost his wife. Yes?
Yes, it is much more clear now. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Anybody else has any comment or question?
तो इसमें तो लॉर्ड शिवा की ईगो ही दिख रही है
Huh?
कि लॉर्ड शिवा की ईगो ही दिख रही है कि मुझे नहीं बुलाया कॉमन पीपल
Yes, again, very good point. Very good point, Shakuntala ji. It's not that Lord Shiva got, because his ego was hurt. More focus was on his father-in-law. As a Daksha Prajapati, what he should have done. Not because Lord Shiva's ego was hurt. Lord Shiva, is like a mendicant. He just, he's happy with just staying under a tree. He does not care whether people respect him or not. When other demigods, when they see there are so many followers worshipping them, they get puffed up. Lord Shiva doesn't. One of Lord Shiva's names is Ashutosh. He gets pleased very easily, right? So when devotees worship him, they fast on Lord Shiva's days, like Pridosh, 13th day of the month. Lord Shiva becomes very pleased. So whatever material boons they ask for, material desires they want Lord Shiva to fulfill, Lord Shiva said, okay, boon is granted. I bless you. You'll get that very easily. Because Lord Shiva is a great Vaishnava. He does not want to get disturbed by these people, by his followers, by his worshippers, begging from him, for different things. He just, whatever they want, he gives them, and he focuses on his meditation on the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. So Lord Shiva doesn't care whether people respect him or not. He doesn't get puffed up. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody has any comments? Yes, Madhuri. You have any comments, Yogita Radha Mataji?
No problem. I can just say very nice class, right? Clear. Thank you. Good understanding. Can
Thank
you
you.
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
So last time also, previous session also, I had a request to all of you. I told you, nowadays, we have so many facilities. We don't have to go to any temple or any bookstall to get these books. So Bhagwatam, the whole set of Bhagwatam you can get on your phone. Do the Google search, Shrimad Bhagwatam, Vedabase. You can get the whole Bhagwatam. Please read Canto 3, which we are discussing now, and it will become more interactive when you read something, and after that you come, and then you also can share what you understood, what you realize after reading from Shrimad Bhagwatam. So that will make our session more interactive and more interesting. Yes.
Yes.
So please do that. Canto 3, you read from Shrimad Bhagwatam. You can get the whole set of Bhagwatam on Vedabase. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, Vinodji. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pranam.
Bye-bye.
Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Thank
Hare
you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Radhe
How are
Radhe.
you, Vashaji? After a
I'm
long
fine.
time.
Thank you.
I know, I'm so sorry. Actually, I don't know why and how I forgot that it is at 7 o'clock. I joined at 8. And I was since quarter to
9:45, I was waiting. I said, 10:30 कब बजेंगे? 10:30 कब बजेंगे?
Oh, okay.
Hello, good. At least we saw you.
और मैं सोच रही थी,
I was
अरे
missing you.
अब 10:15 बजे हैं, चलो थोड़ी देर पहले ज्वाइन कर लेती हूँ, किसी से गपशप कर लूंगी, कोई ना कोई तो होगा. So
Hello,
sorry.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Not
Chaliye, pranam.
I've been traveling
Good.
to Vrindavan and all that, so
Yeah.
you know, a few times, you know, I've been in and out, so I haven't been able to attend.
uh-huh. So you were in
Yes.
Vrindavan?
I'd gone to Vrindavan twice.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Yeah, yeah. It was, yeah.
So you'll be
Thank
here in Hong Kong for some time, or you'll be traveling again?
No, right now I'm not traveling anymore. I've already been to India twice recently.
Okay.
Once, of
Yeah.
course, with Tripti ji, for her at the advanced level of PLR.
I think you've been in India
got-
now for at least thrice now, December and now again Vrindavan.
Yeah, I came in December, then again I went back in February also.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
God's calling you again and again.
Yeah,
Chalo.
of course.
Okay. See you all then.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Bye. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.